Adsum, our lovely sponsors and also award winners from last year. Adsum have also had some extended feature and they've connected into the capital lending marketplace. So you can now get your VAT refunded early. And obviously it's a lending type solution, so it's a bit of extra financing. There's also YouLend in there, so for businesses that want a loan between 1,000 to 1 million in working capital, they can then make an application directly through the capital marketplace. I like the Adsum one. It's quite functional. It's probably a really decent way of building a lending book as well, because it's it's usually something that is repaid on time or can be subject to delays, but with this you can get it pretty immediately. It's a nice little add-on for them, and interesting to see they haven't really gone whole hog with QuickBooks Capital in the UK and instead are going down this route with some third parties.
Yeah, and I know we've talked about Adsum a lot on the podcast over the years, but focused mostly on the MTD integration. But obviously we've got lending as a big element. And is it just two providers they're going with initially from Intuit, or is it?
It looks
so
like
being one of those two.
YouLend on working capital, Adsum on instant VAT refunds, and it's available in all the different plans that are on the site. So it could just be, like I said, super premature, but we're now seeing some testing of it in the UK market just to see how it goes down. And this could just be something that then is a precursor to what happens with QuickBooks Capital. Although I don't think that's the case. I think that they've pulled back on that. The guy that started QuickBooks Capital, he went across to another business, which was obviously is probably gone down better in the US because they have more of a lending mindset in general. I just don't think that in the UK, financing has still been this sort of dirty world. But I think that repositioning and repackaging it as, oh, you get your VAT refund early. Suddenly it's not financing. It's just you getting your VAT refund early.
Improved cash flow.
Yeah.
This sounds like a silly question, right? But is this new? Because I thought this was one of the things that Adsum had originally offered from the get-go, was being able to draw down early on your VAT, because they built the platform, the app that allows you to have visibility of like liabilities and stuff after they started the lending product.
Yeah, so the lending isn't new. I guess built into the Intuit platform is new. So they're one of the two preferred partners that you get through the Intuit platform. The way that Intuit handling, and I guess from an Adsum perspective, being one of those two is a big win in my opinion. And I guess in implication here is they've got QuickBooks Capital over in the US. They've obviously not replicated this here. So they're going down the partner route initially to test the water.
I guess also there's a regulatory thing, right? Isn't there? If QuickBooks Capital wanted to do the same in the UK, they'd have to get FCA registered and all that kind of jazz to be able to do that. This is an easy way into the market because you're not having to overcome that regulatory burden to the same degree, I guess.